Today, I will tell you the exact content video system that I have used for my business to make money with less than 200 subscribers on YouTube and less than 200 on TikTok. How to post consistently, how to make videos that actually make your business money. So the first part when it comes to making videos for your business is the ideation of the video. And this has three main topics, which is the format of the video, topics of the video, and the style of the video. Now, a lot of business owners, what they do whenever they're making videos for their business, they just use random formats, random topics, and random styles, which they get no views and they make no money from their videos. So the first thing what you have to do is you have to test different formats that are working in your industry, and you can test as many as you want and whatever works the best for you, because you have to have a format which you can do over and over again, and also that's giving you views and making money for your business. And the second thing which is super important is topics and trends which are going viral in your industry. Now, this will depend on your industry, and you have to know what's actually working and not working. So this guy's talking about, trial reels. Trial reels is really, really good for people who make, videos about videos or content, and people who just talk about personal branding. So this guy, he's talking about trial reels, which is a great feature. It's a new feature. So that way he's going to get actually views, and also people are going to look into his content. They're going to go to his YouTube and buy from him eventually. And the third thing, which is super important, is what current styles of videos are going viral in your industry. And also you have to see what type of videos can you make. Can you do a full high production video for your business? Can you do a normal, like this guy sitting down in his car and talking about trial reels? It all depends on what type of industry you have and what type of content you can make. That's the first part of any content process that you will have for your business. Now, the second main point is scripting of the videos, right? Scripting of the videos, again, have these three main topics, which are top of funnel marketing topics, middle of funnel marketing topics, and bottom funnel marketing topics. Now, videos that are going to increase your TAM, which is the total addressable market, are your top of funnel marketing videos. These videos are important. You see people collabing with different people. They collab with, like streamers, all this sort of stuff, or they'll like buy a new car, and you see all this. So that is to increase their total addressable market. And that's super important to get people inside of your funnel that, you use to sell your info product, whatever you have. So the second thing, which is super important, is that videos where you're going to talk about your system or mechanism that allows you to make the money or get fit or whatever the offer you're selling to your customers. So I have an example of Daniel Dalen here. He's in e-commerce. He owns a glasses brand, and also he owns a supply chain which is called Ecom Flow. So how do you show that? He targets his ecom people, and then he shows his lifestyle. He's driving a Porsche, all this sort of stuff. So that's why people watch him. But people that actually buy from him go to his YouTube channel and watch the long form videos that he makes, and then they decide to buy his glasses or join his supply chain, which is called Ecom Flow. The third one is bottom funnel marketing. Now, this is telling people why they should join your business and why your system works for getting the results. And because they probably have tried different sort of programs which have not worked. Maybe they wanted to get fit and they joined someone's fitness coaching program and it didn't work. So how can you tell them that, hey, my coaching program is way, way different than whatever the other guy was selling, right? So that's super important. And basically, bottom funnel content is super important whenever you are trying to, like Instagram stories that you can post, people you can do a waiting list, all this sort of stuff are super important to build up hype and people actually buying your product. And you have to script your videos accordingly to all these topics. So whatever type of video you're going to make for your business, these topics have to be selected. Okay, am I making a top of funnel marketing video? Am I making a middle funnel marketing video? Am I making a bottom of funnel marketing video? That's why your contents work. That's why the videos you post, they think, oh, I'm going to get a lot of, like money from this. They just like have views, and then you make zero money from the views. So that's super, super important. So the next part, which is important, which no one really talks about, is the production of the video, which is the editing of the video, recording of the video, and style of the video. Now, this is super important to like how much money you have and how much money are you willing to invest in your business, or just, whatever content you're making for your business. Now, Alex Hormozi has a big office in Las Vegas, I think, where he goes in and, he invites people, they come and ask him questions about business, and he's making content out of that. So can you make a video with your clients? Do you have a nice office like Daniel Dalen does, where he can sit down, work, and make a lot of short form content from it? Can you have a full high production video where you make a video, you don't post a lot, but whenever you post, is a super high quality piece of video and content that you're putting out? So that's super important. No one talks about this, and this is super important if you are if you find the right format, the right style that's working for you. But a lot of the times you won't be able to make that sort of video if you don't have the money for the production of the video. So you really have to be like, okay, how much can I invest for my business to make content that's actually, and also, am I making content with the current videos I'm posting, and then you should decide if you should invest more to your videos or not. Because a lot of the times what people do is that they'll hire agencies, they'll hire a really really good editor, and none of their videos make them any money, and then just end up going broke. So don't do that. That is super important. Ask yourself if you have the money for the production of your videos. Now the other part which a lot of people get wrong is the social media platforms for your videos. Are you posting long form videos? Are you posting short form videos? Are you posting live streams or going on podcasts? Now Alex Hermosi has a big team for his content, so he can do all of this. He posts a 1 hour video, he can post on YouTube Shorts, Instagram, TikTok, and he can also do live streams. Now he's been doing live streams, and whatever, he just clips his content for his short form videos as well. So he has a full content machine over here, and also he goes on podcasts where he does the same thing. Now, how does this all, because probably if you have made content, all these parts already, you'll be like, Alex, why are you telling me about editing and the production of the video and social media? Now a lot of you guys, what happens is that you may be able to have really good topics and formats for the video, but your scripting might be wrong, and you might be making middle funnel content where you should be making top of funnel marketing content. So how can you fix that? That's where our system comes in. What we do is basically give you look at your strong points, look at what type of industry you're in, and then we just basically use all those metrics to basically make the videos for you, in a sense. So we tell you what topics, what trend, what's going to work for you, what you can do, and you have to still, of course, test. It's not going to be like I'm going to tell you hey, post this type of video, and then you're going to get millions of views, you're going to make millions of dollars. That's never going to happen. But the point I'm trying to make here is that if you don't know all these topics and what type of video you're making, first of all, even if a video goes viral, right? And you won't know why it went viral. You would be like, okay, this video went viral, but you won't be able to recreate it. But you have to reverse engineer, okay, that video went viral. This YouTube video made me a lot of money. How can reverse engineer that? Well, if you have no processes for that, if you're not scripting your videos, which a lot of you probably don't do, which is super important. If you are not scripting your videos, if you don't know how much money the editor took, how much money the content agency you have took, how much time it took you to make the video, then you're just gonna be like, okay, you won't be able to reverse engineer it. So you really have to build a system on each of these pillars right here. Now, if you are not doing that, what's going to happen is that your business will always be fluctuating in revenue. Let's say that's 100K, and you're making 100K, then you don't know what happens. Your content just sucks now, and then you make really, really bad content. Then you go back to let's say 20K. And this will keep on going. If you don't know your content is actually making you money, that's what a lot of business owners get stuck in. So you don't want to be in this part, because what's going to happen is as soon as you hit, let's say, a record month, you'll be like, okay, let's post the same videos, let's do that, but you won't be able to know if the production was bad. You won't be able to know if you posted on the wrong platforms. Maybe you posted that video on YouTube Shorts, and that gave you a lot of subscribers to your main channel, and people watch your hour-long video like Alex Hermosi. So you really have to look into all of this. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck making the same money, or even worse, you're going to be, your revenue is going to go up and down constantly, and you won't be able to make money consistently. So that's all I had for this video. Now, a lot of you are going to be asking, Alex, how can I make this exact system? Now, what advice I can give you right here, because of course, you're in a different industry, everything works differently. You have to just really take each one of this stuff and just, put all these parts in. And then whenever you're making a video, you should know that, okay, I'm using this type of video, and this is a top funnel marketing topic that I'm going to talk about. And then the production of the video was super easy because I paid the editor $10 to make the video. So that's super important. If you're able to figure that out, easy. But a lot of you don't even know that. You don't know the cost of the video that you're making. You don't know what topics were you talking about. Was it a middle funnel? Was it a top funnel? You don't know what style video you did. You don't know what format did you use the last time where you hit 100K a month. So these are super important topics, guys. That's all I had for the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.